Hi, my name is Kim Vermark. I am the author of the book series, The Chronicles of Nadine. And one of the things that I do in my book series is that I take everyday occurrences and try and find the lessons in them. And so I want to share with you today something that happened to me over the course of yesterday and today, and the lesson that I found in that. So this morning I got up and I followed my normal routine and I started writing, and I felt that I was kind of disengaged with what I was doing, as if the emotions were not really flowing through me and communicating correctly onto those pages that are going to be in my readers' hands one day. And I wondered why that was. And then I realized that yesterday I had cut my finger. It was a small, incredibly insignificant cut. But any of you who've ever had a paper cut, you know that feeling that you think, oh, it's so tiny, but it hurts so much. That pain is a bit disproportionate to its size, and there's a reason for that. The fingertips that we have got lots and lots of nerve endings at their end, and that's very important for us to be able to do the things that we do. So I realized that that's the same as our heart. Our hearts need to be sensitive. We need to be sensitive to what's happening around us. But through our lives, sometimes those hurts and insecurities, the things that people say, those really hurt us. And sometimes you think to yourself, well, maybe it wasn't such a big deal, but why does it hurt so much? What I did yesterday is when my finger was sore and it started turning a bit red, so that showed that it could potentially become infected, and I really can't afford that as a writer. So my husband slapped some Bactroban on it and put a plaster onto it, and it did its work overnight. But when I was typing, I felt that disengagement. And I realized it was actually the plaster. So the thing that was supposed to heal my finger was now hindering my progress. Because as a writer, I have to be emotionally engaged with my reader. The thoughts that flow through me have to end up on the pages in a way that's meaningful to people. It is the way that I create my worlds. It is the way that I explain to you that the crimson color of the sunset, how it creates flecks of light on the leaves of those gnarled oak trees. And that's a very exciting way for me to be able to plant in your mind what everything looks like. It is the time where I can tell people where that moment of despair turns into hope, when the maiden who has been captured by the fierce warlord, where she sees that knight thundering forward on his inky black stallion. It's those pictures that I can create. And so feeling disengaged is a really important thing for me. I need to be engaged. So what I decided to do is I decided to take off the plaster. My finger was not 100% healed yet, and every little tap that I made on that keyboard, I did feel it, but I didn't feel disengaged. My senses were alive. And there is a time period that passes through. When you are hurt, there is a time to be able to put a plaster on, to be able to heal. But if that time frame is too long, then what happens is we start moving from a healing being into a victim being. And so my encouragement to you today is, yes, in this time where things are very challenging, take the time to heal. That's very important. But also, don't let it take so long that you become disengaged with the world. Because being engaged with the world, standing in that moment of discomfort, that is where you begin to make progress. That is when you begin to connect with other people, and that is when you move forward in a meaningful way. So I hope that this encourages you. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you find purpose and meaning in your circumstances. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.